We're going to do MFR, self-care technique. You can do in your pajamas. You can do if you're sitting in the car. You can do, not driving necessarily, but you can do at your desk, or you can just take 5 minutes to do this quick exercise. And what it's going to be is right just below the collarbone, putting your hand right here in the center of your sternum, just right under the little notch right here. And all you're going to do, you can use one hand or two hands, is just place your hand here and begin. Now I'm sitting on yoga blocks on the floor on my yoga mat. Begin just softening. And you can close your eyes if you'd like. I find that when you eliminate that sense, you can really more easily and readily feel into your body, into that fascial system. And so just closing your eyes and doing some nice, long, deep, rhythmic breaths. In through the nose, filling the tummy. You can put your other hand here on your stomach to feel it expanding outward. Out through the mouth. And as you're breathing, just feeling the hand resting at the very top of your rib cage, just at or maybe even slightly above the sternum, and feeling the sensation of the skin on your palm where it's touching the skin on your chest, tuning in, maybe feeling each finger where the points of contact are, skin to skin. Continuing with nice deep breaths in the nose, filling the abdomen, out the mouth, and just exhaling completely. And as you do, you might want to put a little more compression by placing one hand over the other and just applying a little bit of pressure, and notice all those points on your hand that are touching and sinking into the flesh and the fascial network that covers every inch of your body, but at this connection point just below the collarbone and in the center of the chest, the higher heart center. And now maybe as you're sinking in, just imagine a little weight pulling down the front as you've pressed in, and now you're moving down. And you'll feel into it, and when you reach the edge of resistance, you'll know because your hand will stop. And so there is no forcing here. There's no exerting extra pressure. There's no taking it to that end point and then pushing just a little harder. No, it's finding the end range and just honoring it. All the way focusing on the breath, breathing in and out. You can continue to breathe in and out just the nose, or in the nose and out the mouth. Sometimes we get a little bit of a better exhale when we think we've exhaled all the way, and then you just push a little extra air out as your body prepares for the next inhale. And you can either take the chin and elongate the back of the cervical spine as you're taking the chin and moving it toward the chest, and maintaining that level of gentle yet sustained compression on the fascial system here. And so you might want to spend 3 to 5 minutes in this position with your forehead facing the floor, focusing on the breath, feeling the sensations. Where do you feel it in your cervical spine? Do you feel it at the base of your skull, on the sides, or in the middle of the back of your neck? Maybe you feel it all the way down the back of your shoulder blades. You might even feel it all the way down to the sacrum. And just sinking in with the breath, noticing. As you're doing these exercises, and if you make an appointment with a practitioner, then you can let them know, look, this is where I felt the tension, this is where I felt wherever you feel it on your body. And so they have a beginning place to know where they can apply some compression and help with that area. And so after 3 to 5 minutes, you might want to then lift the chin and the forehead, arching the neck back, and just really opening up the entire throat area. And as you do, you'll notice the completely different sensations of pulling. And just let your head be heavy and your shoulders relax. If you notice them creeping up, then consciously imagine your shoulder blades being drawn together and down as you maintain that steady compression, and allow the head to tilt back. Again, focusing on the breath. And as you're noticing areas, pockets of tension, just continue with the pressure. The breath, breathing into that area, opening it up. Imagine the oxygen that's flowing through your nostrils down and expanding throughout your throat and this whole region as it works its way down to the lungs and out. And you might notice certain striations, certain areas where it feels like there is a string underneath the skin and it's really tight. And so just honor that. You could even put another hand on any areas that you feel tension, and with the softest touch, just compress. So at this point, the cervical spine is doing all the work. The hands are just softly placed, allowing some gentle compression to the areas that are tight, inviting the fascia to soften and to relax. Just breathing here and noticing the skin, the temperature of the skin, that That soft, semi-liquid, gelatin-like substance that's right under the surface of the skin. Just sinking the fingertips in gently and following the breath. At some point, you might notice a further softening, and that the hand that was just below the clavicle, perhaps gravity has pulled it a little closer to the floor. You can remain in that position as long as you like. You can set a timer or simply breathe and let go. And then ever so gently begin to release where the skin has made contact from the neck and the fingers. Allowing the head to be drawn up toward the ceiling, as if a string were pulling it straight from the crown up to the ceiling. Noticing where the hand that's on the sternum is now. Notice the rise and fall of the breath. Consciously adjusting your shoulders once again, pulling the shoulders away from the ears and down, down and back, so that the shoulder blades are drawn in on the back body, opening up this entire region of the front body. You can gently take the fingertips of each hand and put them on either side of the sternum, the center of the chest. And just allow them to sink in softly to the skin around the upper parts of your rib cage. And allowing the elbows to move back as if they were moving toward each other. Separating and opening the rib cage, the front body. Continuing to draw your attention to the breath and the sensations under your fingers. Opening and allowing. What if we just softened and allowed our heart to be open? Knowing we were protected by the love and light of the divine, and we are safe. Focusing on the breath, the rise and fall of the rib cage, the sensation of the fingers against the skin, opening and allowing. Continuing the breath, and whenever you're ready, just softening where the fingers are touching the skin and slowly releasing, allowing the palms to fall against the knees or facing upward as if receiving. Focusing on the breath. Feeling the opening that just happened. Feeling the softening of the shoulders, the front body, and the back body. Feeling a lengthening in the cervical spine. You may want to take this time to do a slight side bend when your right ear moves toward your right shoulder. And just breathe there, allowing the left side of the neck to open. Holding this position for as long as feels comfortable. Focusing on the breath. Never going into pain, but only going into a place of grace and ease. And when you're ready, straighten the cervical spine, tucking the chin backwards slightly, allowing the crown to move toward the ceiling, and then allowing the left ear to come toward the left shoulder as you open up the side body on the right side. Focusing on the breath, allowing gravity to do the work. Pulling the shoulder away from the ear while the left ear gets closer to the left shoulder. And you can play with the move, allowing some gentle fluidity, movement of the neck. Maybe doing figure eights with your nose. Maybe doing a little side twist where the chin goes to the left shoulder, center, and to the right shoulder. Rolling the neck back and around. You can engage in some soft, fluid, gentle neck rolls. Drawing circles with your nose. And when you feel ready, draw circles in the opposite direction. Bringing the head and neck back to center. Bringing the hands to the heart center in Anjali Mudra with the thumbs next to the sternum. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you.